This show, as far as I'm concerned, is never beating the colorism claims. Just walk with me. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a recap for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 8, episode 16. We are almost at the finale, y'all. Praise and worship. Now, I feel a little bit naked because y'all know, y'all have never seen me come on this channel. In the year that I've had this channel, y'all have never seen me without nails. And that's because simply I have not had time. I did make a fresh set last night. It's this really pretty French tip lilac leopard print moment. It's very cunty, very spring, but y'all will see me rocking that for my Married to Medicine recap. So just it feels so weird not having on nails. I feel so naked and I cannot wait to reactivate my inner bird. Anyway, before we go ahead and get into this recap, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, not only is it a free way to support my channel, but it is also a way of letting YouTube know that I'm here and that you all are rocking with my commentary. So YouTube starts to shoot my content out to new viewers, a new audience that ordinarily would not get an opportunity to connect with my channel. I just want to give a really quick shout out to all of my subscribers who rolled in within the last week, within the last couple of weeks rather. It's been really lovely chatting with you all. You know, I love getting down in the comments with y'all. The comments are not so crazy that I can't get to them all, but I do get to them whenever I can. I am working full time, and so it's just been kind of hard balancing YouTube with being a creator, having a full-time job. You know, I think I may have to talk about that in another video, just discuss kind of like my capacity for YouTube, and because I have other things going on outside of here. A lot of you know that I am a crochet artist, a crochet wear designer. I have things that I want to do, you know, outside of YouTube, outside of crochet, that I really want to dedicate some time to. And right now I'm just trying to figure out what balance looks like. So I just really appreciate everybody for rocking with me and bearing with me. I know you guys want to hear my commentary on other shows. Yes, I have thoughts on Traders and that other show on Peacock. What's it called? Couple of Thruple. And I'm not watching Love is Blind. And yeah, I'm just making my rounds right now, but I'm trying to be transparent with myself about what my capacity is to be a YouTube creator, because it is a lot of work. It takes a lot of hours from you, and I'm a crochet wear designer. As I said before, that's very time consuming. Working up one single outfit can take maybe about a week. I mean, it's not fast as using fabric and a sewing machine. So anyway, let me get off of that and get into this review. We start this episode with Candiace and Wendy going to get laser hair removal treatments. So Candiace got her coochie lasered and Wendy got her underarms lasered. Side note, I did love that collegiate varsity sweatsuit that Wendy had on. I personally love anything that's preppy, anything collegiate, anything varsity related. I eat it up. I absolutely love it. Another side note, Kiarna is not even a friend to the show, if we're being technical about it. She's just, you know, a friend that Wendy introduced, and she's already showcasing her booming business with us. And she's not even on the show. You got Ashley, who in 8 years has never displayed anything, any business acumen, any business of hers that she's working on. You have Giselle trying to sell us Every Hue Beauty. Let me tell you why Every Hue Beauty tanked. You can't be a ghoul of a woman and sell beauty to the public. You can't have a demonic spirit and sell beauty to the public. You can't have a sinister energy and vibe about you and try to sell us beauty. Nobody is going to buy that. So that is why every Hue beauty tanked. Who else do we have? Candiace is doing well with her music. She's on tour. She's with the Braxtons. She's with Faith Evans. She's with 112. She's in these Grammy streets. Okay. I know Giselle and Robyn fans are hot watching this right now. I personally love to make Robyn and Giselle fans upset and angry by just speaking the truth, honey. That's what the truth will do. It'll stir up the demon in someone. Who else? We got Robyn, who came out with her satin line dunce caps. What happened of those? We never heard anything of it since that tired ass photo shoot that she did with the ladies. Who else we got on here? Karen La Dame, her fragrance. Shout out to Karen, who I think she's going to be in Bloomies. Yes, ma'am. Period. But we have yet another brown skin accomplished woman coming onto the show to show you all how it's done. Okay? She came prepared, and I love to see it. Shout out to Kiarna and her business. I hope that she's getting new customers and new clients, and that, the line is wrapped around the block, honey. Candiace says that she is aware that Robyn is using certain words as a dog whistle. It's the same thing that Giselle does. Robyn is taking a page out of Giselle's book. Next scene, we have Grace, who is going off to college. Congratulations to Grace. And side note, I didn't even realize that the twins are 17 already, so they're going to be headed out next. Shout out to the twins. Again, congratulations, Grace. I know that it's a bittersweet moment, but I do believe that Grace is a very smart girl with a sweetheart despite her wretch of a mother. Sheree and Ashley are at Robyn's house. Sheree starts talking about how she was getting massages from this gentleman, and he started making house calls, basically. And one day he asked her if she wanted to get a vaginal massage. Can I be honest with y'all? I didn't really know how to take this information that Sheree was revealing. I tried not to think too much into it. You know what I'm saying? Sheree does strike me as the type who would slide her landscaper or slide her pool guy a few dollars to slide in her. However, I don't think that it's appropriate for Ashley to make fun of her or to say Sheree seems like the type who would pay for sex, because Ashley, your husband was rumored to be paying for sex. So relax. The other thing I want to say about that is I think essentially when you grow older and you're a woman, I think that your options are limited. Hell, I'm 36 and my options are limited. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's not only that my options are limited. It's really not that. I feel like my standards are just higher, and there are things that I'm just not willing to put up with. To say that I'm with a man, or say that I'm in a relationship, or that I'm having sex or anything like that. I just don't need it. You know what I mean? I have a vibrator. I have more than one. I have access to pleasure for myself. But what I wanted to say is that I don't see what the problem is with paying a professional for the experience that you want to have. There's something to be said for knowing what you want and paying for the convenience of having it. And I'm not mad at an older woman for paying, for a male service. I'm not saying that I would do it. I'm just saying I'm not mad at another woman who is willing to, especially if she's older. You know what I'm saying? Pay for what you want. Shout out to the escorts out there. Shout out to sex workers. Consenting adults should be able to pay for pleasure as an act of service, and we pay for everything else. You know what I'm saying? The main key here is about consent and boundaries, knowing what your hard limits are and being very clear on that and being transparent with your partners. Sheree is saying that she's having a crab boil and that she's going to invite Jacqueline. She and Jacqueline have remained friends. And Sheree says that she's hoping to bring the women together because they have this 30-year history. And I just feel like, don't you think that these people remember the history that they have? Like, I just don't feel like it's always y'all's place to jump in and run interference on people's relationships. I don't know. I'm torn on that. I can see situations where you do need to step in and provide some mediation. And then there are situations where it's like you got to know when to cut back. And I guess that's a fine line. So I don't know. We'll see. I just hate forced friendships and interactions. You feel like these people should be talking, so all of a sudden they should talk. I don't think it goes like that. I feel like if they want to do that, they'll make the effort themselves. But if Charisse can really be a positive catalyst for a friendship between Mia and Jacqueline, sure. Mia has already explained to us that she's been treating Jacqueline like shit since high school, pretty much because Jacqueline's ex-boyfriend R-worded her and she blames Jacqueline for it. Meanwhile, Jacqueline wasn't even there. Side note, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Jacqueline's sister. Her name is Tita. She's a YouTuber who goes by the name of Tita Talks. And Tita and I got cool like sometime around last year, like last summer. I would drop down in the chat and she was really good at shouting out like smaller YouTubers like myself who didn't really have the numbers and things like that. And Tita was just a vibe. So I'm just wondering, where is Tita Talks? Does anybody know where Tita is? I hope Tita's doing okay. Shout out to Tita Talks. I hope she's in good spirits. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been thinking about her a lot lately. And I go to her page often just to check to see if there's an update. Because y'all know every day Tita will go live. So it's just weird that it's been like 5-6 months and we have no update from Tita. Giselle and Karen are hanging out. Giselle takes that time to invite Karen to Charisse's house. Karen says that Ray is allergic to crab. And then she later goes on in her confessional to say that she doesn't really bang with Charisse like that. And I wish she would just come out and just say that to Giselle. I think Karen does better when she is just straight up with the women and not saving all of her honesty for the confessionals. You know, you don't bang with Charisse, that's okay. Just come out and say it. So we're at Charisse's house. She is pressed that Karen isn't coming to her house and she's making fun of the fact that Ray was at the last crab boil. And what y'all are not getting about this is that adults develop allergies to things all the time. You can actually go to the doctor and have yourself tested and, you know, see what allergies you may have developed. I had somebody that I used to be close with, maybe like 10 years ago. She and I used to be close, but she went to the doctor and all of a sudden she couldn't eat apples and she, you know, couldn't eat bread and wheat and shit like that. You know what I mean? She developed that allergy somewhere in her 30s. So it happens. And this just illuminates the fact that you all are just not smart. And Charisse, why do you even want Karen at your house? You don't like her. You know that y'all energy is not good. It's just giving press. And then you got Charisse calling Karen the grand scam. I know a lot of people feel like Charisse is the real grand dame of Potomac because she has all these connections, but how come she doesn't have a connection to get that wig together? How come it's always giving me like an outre, a synthetic wig, a beauty supply tease? Like, you're the grand dame, and every time I see you, I say, Charisse, what is on your head? I just don't get why the grand dame doesn't have, or the alleged real grand dame doesn't have access to human hair wigs. It just, the math is not mathing on that one. Charisse is saying that she finds it funny that Candiace has issues with Robyn because Robyn has been nothing but a friend. Charisse, shut the hell up, because Robyn has never been a friend to Candiace. You're going to try to fabricate a connection that wasn't there? It wasn't. All the ladies are showing up to Charisse's house for the crab boil, and Nneka shows up with a tiara and a sash that says Grand Dame of Potomac. Meanwhile, Karen isn't even here, so you look like a damn clown. Nneka is talking about how she met Jacqueline and how Jacqueline told her to watch out for Mia. I don't really believe in telling people to watch out for a person because I fully believe in the energy of you just finding out who that person is for yourself. You get what I'm saying? I had this thing about me, especially at work. If I worked with somebody who was an asshole and we got somebody new coming in, I'm never going to pull them to the side and be like, hey, watch out for this person. They're an asshole. Because I feel like that makes me seem and sound like an asshole. When you learn that that person is an asshole and you decide to come to me to open up and commiserate, then we can have that conversation. But I'm not going to just present that unwarranted. If you ask me, depending on the timing, of course, and depending on the person, because I don't like to run my mouth with certain people and with people that I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, I don't get into that. I have to really, really know you. I have to really trust you, see how you move to reveal certain information to you. That's just me. If you ask my opinion of someone, that's different from me just volunteering the information willy-nilly. Mia and Jacqueline are sitting down talking. Mia says that she's been going through it, and the situation that she experienced when they were in high school is still plaguing her, basically when Jacqueline's ex, R-worded her. Jacqueline reveals that she didn't know about it until 2 years later, and this revelation seems to provide some immediate healing for Mia. Side note, did y'all catch when Mia said something about being married to a 65-year-old, and Jacqueline was like, Gordon is 72. Why are you saying he's 65? This is why I don't believe anything that comes out of Mia's mouth. I know Carlos King feels like Mia's that girl and that how she is the Portia of Potomac. But when you call somebody the Portia of Potomac, that means you're calling them the dumbass of their own franchise. To compare somebody to Portia is like to say that they're the dunce of their season. I wouldn't want to be compared to Portia, ever. Now we have Sheree stirring the pot between Robyn and Candiace. Candiace reveals that Robyn shared text messages between her and a blogger. This just further demonstrates how hypocritical Robyn is. If you go back to any of my most recent videos that have Robyn in the title, I have been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks how hypocritical Robyn is when she says that Candiace was talking about her on social media. Meanwhile, she was talking to bloggers, she was sharing text messages and screenshots and whatnot. She was down on her podcast with Giselle talking about this alleged mistress that came forward to say that she was cheating with Chris. She was having an affair with Chris. Then the lady later went on to reveal that it was all a lie.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Robyn is a liar and she's a hypocrite and she wants to be the damsel in distress and she wants to be the victim, right? And we keep talking about colorism on this show and how it rears its head in those moments when it does. And we have another clear example of it here. When Candiace is explaining her point of view and her side, that Robyn is a hypocrite because she was sharing text messages with this blogger, podcaster person, and everybody is being so dismissive, from Ashley to Giselle, of course, to Sheree, to NECA. Everybody is being so incredibly dismissive, but automatically taking Robyn's side. That's colorism. When you won't even hear what the darker person has to say and you automatically side with the lighter person, colorism. Like the fact that we can always point out racism or other discrimination. We can always point out misogyny, but we can't point out colorism when it's plain as day. It's just not making sense to me. Child, these motherfucking spam calls, these motherfuckers are relentless. Robyn goes on to say that she never disparaged Candiace publicly. Again, if you go through my videos that have Robyn in the title, I have been debunking that for months. And I have been incessantly explaining that Robyn and Giselle were on their podcast talking about this mistress. So, Robyn, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a hypocrite. I've been saying it for forever, and I will shout it from every mountaintop. Then, of course, Candiace calls Robyn a hypocrite, like I've been calling her all season. We have Candiace and Robyn going back and forth. They're having this argument. Sheree is telling them to stop it, to the point where she's yelling and banging on the table. What is with Sheree and banging on tables and getting loud? And I get wanting the girls to simmer down. Maybe y'all need to carry like a little pocket air horn or like a little megaphone or something like that to speak over the ladies. But the yelling and the banging, I don't know. And then Giselle was talking about, is Sharice drunk? Yeah, Sharice, you did look like an old drunk bitch. You did. It was given drunk. We have Robyn at the table saying that Robyn and Candiace should never speak again. But then you have Sharice saying that the friendship meant so much to Robyn. Robyn saying that her and Candiace should never speak again should let y'all know that this friendship never meant shit to Robyn. Because if it's so easy for her to throw it away, then what friendship are we talking about? What friendship are we referring to here? Candiace leaves and says goodnight to everyone that matters. I said, I know that's right. That was the episode, y'all. We're coming up on the finale next week. The skirmish, the clip that we've been waiting for between Deborah and Kiarna, getting it popping. Well, Kiarna got it popping with Deborah. And, yeah, I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready. But anyway, go ahead and hit the like button for me on the way out. Drop down in the comments with me. You know I want to hear from y'all, and I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.